Dr. Leah, a man says, my wife and I love to watch porn of women squirting, and my wife wants to do it too. Is it real? I mean, I've heard that it's real, but is it real? Is that something that can be taught or something that every woman can do?
Well, squirting is real, but squirting in porn might not be. So if a female is really squirting, it's going to be like little spritz that are accompanying an orgasm typically, versus a strong stream, and a strong constant stream is usually not going to be squirting that you associate along with an orgasm. I actually saw an interview with a porn star, and she was talking about squirting, in fact, and she said that she had actually only squirted once despite being in actual squirting porn. And actually the time that she did wasn't being filmed, it was during a personal encounter. But she said that they actually filled her with water or had her drink a ton of water right before these porns. So I definitely think it's real, but just because you see it in porn doesn't mean that it is.
Okay, so for people who don't watch or don't know what that is, I mean, can you explain what is it exactly, Dr.
So,
Leah?
Squirting is an informal term used to describe when a female releases a specific type of fluid from the urethra in response to sexual stimulation. The liquid released during squirting is usually clear, odorless, and colorless. It sometimes comes out in relatively large quantities. To clarify, this is different than just getting really lubricated. Some women confuse the two. Female ejaculation can be used to describe the release of another fluid, which is typically in smaller amounts.
So can they happen at the same time?
Yeah, the fluid release of these two can happen independently of each other or at the same time. Unfortunately, the whole squirting thing is still a debated concept. Some insist that squirting is just urine, while others say it is a different fluid. Although there's no scientific consensus, pelvic ultrasound scans were performed after voluntary urination and during sexual arousal. All participants did show bladder emptiness and showed noticeable bladder filling just before the squirting. However, the prostate-specific antigen was not detected in the urine sample before squirting, but it was present in the squirt fluid as well as the squirting sample itself, indicating that the fluid is different than simply urine. Each person's experience with squirting is different. While some methods can make people squirt more than others, there's no one proven method that's going to make everyone squirt. This is because each vagina is different.
What is PSA exactly?
So prostate-specific antigen is what it stands for, and women have a glandular tissue below the bladder and surrounding the urethra that is similar to a male prostate. And women, they call it the Skene's glands, which create the PSA.
So what can a woman do to try this?
Well, you could try bearing down on your pelvic muscles when nearing an orgasm, or change the tilt of the pelvis, or strengthen your vaginal muscles through Kegel exercises. I would also suggest trying different sexual activities. Contrary to just porn, vaginal sex might not be the best way to squirt.